When does Apple manage to move a meaningful amount of manufacturing outside of China? Meaningful amount being the operative
So I think
word.
a decent portion of the audience might think, well, they're already halfway there because they've diversified 25% of their iPhone production to India. And that's total nonsense. What's happening in India is, for tariff reasons, the final steps of production are moving to India just to avoid tariffs. But the phones, quote unquote, coming out of India are no less dependent on the China-centric supply chain than any other phone. Now, Apple would like to change that in the next 5 to 10 years, but building up the depth and breadth of the supply chain in India, I think Apple arrogantly assumes it's a bit of a copy and paste effort, and I don't think they're giving China credit for being like a once-in-a-century partner in terms of how quickly they would respond to Apple, build up factories, have a 21st century industrial policy second to none. So there's a host of reasons why, unfortunately, I'm pessimistic about India's chances. I wish I wasn't. I want to support the world's largest democracy.
Never then?
Well,
or
the
5 years?
subtitle of the book is that they're captured, right?
Okay.
I think there's a general sense that Apple is diversifying its production year in, year out. I would argue they're actually getting more and more consolidated into China. And as counterintuitive as that sounds, what I mean by that is the number of Chinese suppliers instead of multinationals operating in China is growing each year. And those companies are more politically connected, and by being politically connected, they could work for lower margins because they can get the free machinery, they can get access to migrant labor, which is instrumental for Apple, and a host of other things. So if you're a Japanese or a Korean company operating in China, you have a less optimistic future than your Chinese rivals who have caught up to you in quality for political reasons.